In the heart of southern Africa, two young explorers are on a very special adventure. It's a wild voyage of discovery, with so many amazing places to see and characters to meet along the way. Their journey takes them across the vast, untamed country of Botswana. It's a huge, unexplored wilderness, with the promise of fun, mystery, and excitement at every turn. From deserts and towering mountains to glittering rivers and swamps, Botswana is one big adventure just waiting to happen. Join Luca and his sister Melua on their expedition into Botswana.
Kids Safari!
For today's adventure, Melua and Luca head out as soon as the sun begins to rise. They have a long way to go as they are exploring the rugged bushveld in the northwestern corner of Botswana. The terrain here is dotted with craggy mountains, and it is for this reason that this place is so special. This area is called the Tsodilo Hills. In such a remote and beautiful area, it's easy to think that they are the first people to set foot here. But they couldn't be more wrong. These caves and rocky outcrops have been visited by humans for thousands and thousands of years, leaving incredible evidence of their history over the ages in amazing rock art.
These paintings that the Bushmen painted are records of what they saw. It's hard to believe that some of these paintings are over 3,000 years old.
So these paintings last more than 3,000 years being here.
Their guide is a local to the area, and his knowledge of the beautiful artwork is vast.
Why hasn't these pictures faded away?
The ancient artists knew that they must use a specific type of rock, which they ground until it was fine and then mixed it with fat. They then rubbed this on the rock, or even ostrich eggs, to form a picture. Amazingly, this paint withstands the rain and weather for very long periods of time. Here at Tsodilo Hills, it is estimated that there are about 4,500 different rock paintings.
Those are giraffes, those are rhinos, those are cheetahs.
These beautiful paintings shows what kind of animals the people who lived here would have seen roaming the plains, and their importance to them. Animals like giraffe would have been just one of the creatures that the people living here would have hunted in order to survive. The art is full of their religious beliefs and practices. Often animals would be symbols of their spiritual rituals.
Our guide told us that there were thousands of paintings in these hills.
The San Bushmen were really good artists. This beautiful painting of an elephant is drawn with incredible detail. They must have spent many hours watching them in order to get them just right. High up on a sheer cliff face, they spot a collection of huge paintings. Everywhere they look, there is art, even under rocky ledges and in caves.
I loved exploring the caves.
Wandering along the pathways, it's exactly like walking through a big open-air art museum.
Wow, that rock over there looks like Africa.
Leaving the rock that is shaped like the African continent, they find a few rather curious paintings. It looks very much like an African penguin. But penguins only live along the coast, and that is very far away. There are also paintings of whales. This means that they must have been there.
I bet the Bushmen walked to the Namibian coast to see the penguins and the whales. They must have walked very far to see these.
The nearest coastline is the Namibian coast, and that is about 1,000 kilometers away. This is a long way to walk. The San people were nomadic, meaning they were incredibly good at traveling long distances. There is also evidence of these ancient people living along the coast, in caves or under rocky outcrops. It is here that they would have seen the whales swimming past, splashing and leaping out the water as they moved up the coast, or spotted the little penguins as they waddled about on the beaches. African penguins are specially adapted to survive the heat of the harsh African sun. Unlike their cold-loving cousins that live in the icy parts close to the South Pole.
Back at Tsodilo Hills, Melua and Luca continue to scramble across the rocks, exploring all the nooks and crannies they can find in their search for more rock art. There's a beautiful one that looks just like a rhino. There would have been plenty of rhinos around during the time when the San Bushmen lived in these hills. Unfortunately, their time is almost up, and they must leave the Tsodilo Hills and make the journey back to their camp to get ready for another day of exploring. Join Melua and Luca on their next exciting kids safari adventure. Luca and Melua leave Botswana and fly to the beautiful islands of the Seychelles. Far off the east coast of Africa, somewhere in the warm Indian Ocean, lie a group of islands so green and full of life. It's like a treasure box of new adventures just waiting to happen. A voyage of discovery in the heart of paradise, where the tropical fruits are as plentiful as the creatures that inhabit these beautiful islands. Join our two young explorers, Luca and Melua, as they venture to the Seychelles Islands. It's another marvelous day in paradise. The sun is up, the skies are blue, and Luca and Melua are back on their bikes and ready for a full day of island discovery. Today's adventure takes them deep into the island's forests, which are literally buzzing with life. The paths are a little bumpy from all the tree roots that pop out from under the ground. But that doesn't slow down these keen explorers.
Cycling through the forest was great. The trees had such beautiful big leaves. I loved the forest. The trees were so big, and I really like trees.
Here in the dense forest, trees need to grow extra tall to get to the light. Sunlight is important for all plants because they need sunlight to make their own food. So, instead of being stuck in the shady understory, trees grow long, steady trunks that carry their leaves all the way up to the sunlight. These buttress roots hold them steady and help them grow even taller. Some plants cheat a little and get to the sunlight by growing on the trunks of tall trees.
On we go. It may be a little bumpy, but Luca and Melua must stick to the path, because hiding between the trees are some gigantic creepy crawlies.
The spiders in the forest were humongous. That's a humongous spider that's crawling up your back.
This is a golden orb spider, given its name from the yellow gold web it spins. These 8-legged giants can grow up to 5 centimeters long. Their black and yellow striped legs and long abdomen make them easy to identify. They make their big, messy webs between trees, making them perfect traps for snagging insects. They're pretty scary looking, but unless you're a tasty insect, they're pretty harmless.
Luca and Melua need to keep their eyes peeled. Sometimes, the most unsuspecting creatures could be hiding right above their heads.
We were so lucky we got to see one of Seychelles' most endangered birds. There's one! A paradise flycatcher! It was the Seychelles paradise flycatcher, and it was high up in a tree.
The Seychelles paradise flycatchers are birds only found on one island in the Seychelles. These giant leafy plants are called elephant ears because of how they look.
I thought I was in a giant wonderland. The elephant ears were way bigger than us.
They can't grow tall like the trees, so instead they grow big leaves to catch all the sunlight they can.
These are massive! Whoa, elephant ears!
Popping out the noisy forest, Luca and Melua spot something strange.
Wow! Look at this coco de mer! They're only found here in Seychelles. They're really rare and they're heavy. Let me try. Oh, you're right. They're really heavy. Here's the stem. That's probably where it fell off of.
Coco de mers grow on giant palm trees like this one. They are only found in the Seychelles. Before becoming giant seed pods, they start out as a string of little balls between the leaves. Back in the forest, the treetops are speckled with what looks like hanging sacks.
We found giant fruit bats. They're the biggest fruit bats in the world.
Ah, giant fruit bats. They are part of the mega bat family, and they are huge.
Also called the Seychelles giant fruit bat. These nocturnal creatures love to spend their days relaxing and hanging about together in the treetops. They are more active at night and spend their evenings foraging for delicious fruit, of which there are plenty on these tropical islands. These large specimens have a wingspan of up to 1.7 meters wide. Unlike birds, they don't have feathers. Instead, their wings are made of a thin layer of skin that connects their extra long fingers. With these special adaptations, they can fly about with ease.
Join Melua and Luca on their next exciting kids safari adventure.